There were flashes of the Kamala that I know, who is really a true public servant. She really does work for real people.
If serving Willie Brown all those years, if that's considered serving the public, then yeah. Or if serving rich billionaires looking out for them, like John Paulson and George Soros, if that's considered serving the public as they literally scammed Americans, then yeah. Here we have crybaby Van Jones. He's up to the usual, more baby bot bimbo babble, trying his best to cape for Kamala after that horrible CNN town hall. I mean, these people can literally give this woman the questions along with multiple choice answers, and somehow this lady still fumbles the ball.
Under Donald Trump, you criticized the wall more than 50 times. You called it stupid, useless, and a medieval vanity project. Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall. So remember, Donald Trump said Mexico would pay for it? Come on, they didn't.
That was Vice President Harris speaking at a town hall event on CNN last evening. Joining us right now is pollster and political strategist Frank Luntz. We are now within the 2-week zone here as we get down to the wire. How close to the wire are we, and what do you think you know about these polls right now?
I think that clip illustrates exactly why Harris is in trouble at this point. And it's something that I don't understand why the campaign does not address. They asked her specifically, where do you stand on the wall? And what does she do? She goes and shifts it right to Donald Trump. Immediately mentions him twice. Right. Within the first 5 seconds, she still hasn't closed the deal.
How many of you, show of hands, will leave tonight planning to support the vice president? 2 have made a final decision. Now, you came in leaning that way?
Pretty much right in the middle.
Okay. Came in
leaning.
Leaning, and now you're decided?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I really do have to vote for my family. And another thing that is very much a turnoff, and this is with both candidates, stop trashing each other. We don't care. Stop trashing Trump. Trump, stop trashing the vice president. We don't care. The voters don't care. We don't even know the people they're talking about, that this person said this and that. How does that impact the voters? That's who you're talking to. That's who you're serving. This feels like high school gossip. We don't care. We don't want to hear it.
You're all nodding about that.
Yeah.
As someone who's covered a lot of campaigns, I'm not here to take sides.
Trump's
but
about.
You know what Trump's about. Okay, that's the point I was trying to get at.
Talking about
in the sense that if you are her.
Yeah. I would say
but if you look at the numbers, Donald Trump is running stronger now than he was running in either 2016 or 2020. Okay. So if you're her, you're thinking, I need to try to disqualify him sometime. Okay. But you're all telling me that you would prefer she do that by making a more affirmative case. Yes. This is why you should pick me over him.
Her.
I would say exactly that for, I think, from prior to even entering the race as the presidential candidate, and then once she ultimately was nominated, for a very long time, she didn't stoop to his level. And as of late, last couple of weeks, I've really started to see, like you said, this schoolyard bullying. And I think that's beneath her. She doesn't need to do that. She can run on her policy. She can run on her position. You don't need to stoop to his level. And I really think that's what it is. And, you know, I respect her more for that, if she would just stay out of that arena.
And that's coming from a Kamala Harris supporter who lied, claimed that she was undecided, saying that she just made up her mind on Kamala after the town hall. Which you could tell from her responses during this segment that this lady right here was already a Kamala Harris supporter. But even she's saying that Kamala coming out heavy on the Trump, saying his name 100 times every interview was annoying. It's like the answer to every question is Trump, when there are so many unanswered questions about her policies, and what she's truly planning for Americans. Kamala's plan right now is to just keep screaming out Orange Man bad as loud as she can. And that's backfiring with voters in the middle, because common sense folks that's not a stand for either candidate won't be persuaded by constantly talking about Trump when he was in office before. People already know what he's all about. They know his personality, they know what he's going to say, they know his views and the policies he's willing to stand 10 toes down on. Yeah, folks already know that. What they don't know is what Kamala Harris is standing for outside of baby terminations, which is her own fault because she's the one that's constantly flip-flopping.
Donald Trump. Trump. It's Donald Trump's fault. Well, it's because of Donald Trump. Well, Donald? Well, why didn't you ask good old Donnie? Huh?
Madam Vice President, in 2019, you did support illegal immigration. You supported them applying for driver's licenses, qualifying for free tuition, free health care. Do you still support that now?
That was 5 years ago.
But you selected Tim Walz as your running mate, and he made that a state law. Does that mean you're in support of illegal immigration currently? Wouldn't you say that that's what that is?
That was like 2 weeks ago. What's your point?
You can ask, well, could she have done this? Could she have done this better? Your job isn't to do town halls. Your job is to fight for people. Does she seem like somebody who is going to take seriously the problems of ordinary people and try to get an answer? And I think she passed that test. I think that the word salad stuff gets on my nerves. I think that some of the evasions are not necessary. But when she's talking about trying to get you a house, I believe her. Mm-hmm. When she starts like I'm trying to get you to help for your mama who's sick, I believe her.
Yeah. And it's amazing how Van Jones sat up on CNN after this town hall saying yo mama at least 5 times to evoke emotions, really targeting black people, which is so annoying, by the way. They've been doing this over and over. They want black people to look at Kamala as their mama or use Kamala's Indian mama, along with her love for her Indian mama, as something black people should bond over. Van Jones, he's been doing it, but he's not the only one. He's getting it from her campaign. And no, Van Jones, Kamala is not trying to get black Americans or any Americans into houses. They're trying to create a budget for immigrants to buy homes. No, Americans will not benefit from that plan. Home affordability will continue to go down as housing prices will increase from them artificially pumping money into the real estate market. Yeah, the market is going to respond all right with increased prices, which will make it more difficult for Americans to afford them. While they're going to have all these programs for immigrants, it's going to make sure they get homes. We already see their record. They're going to make sure illegals get all the assistance they need.
When she's talking about, I'm going to do what I can to bring prices down, I may not agree with those tools, but I believe she's going to try to apply them.
Van, you don't agree with the tools this woman is promising to bring the prices down with because you know they won't work. This is common sense. But no, you don't want anyone to use common sense. You want people to think emotionally.
And so I believe this is somebody who actually cares about people. And I think that she passed that test tonight. So, on how she did it and some of that stuff got on my nerves. But I believe that she is going to fight for the American people.
But you described it as flashes. But then your follow-up seemed like a much more of a brighter endorsement.
Yeah. I'm saying that there were flashes of the person, I didn't get a chance to say it because I got interrupted. There were flashes of the person that I know. The flashes of the person I know that I've seen as a district attorney at the grassroots level in San Francisco, fighting for regular people, giving young people an opportunity. So one of those young people, by the way, is going to Congress. I know this woman, and there were flashes of that. And then some other stuff, it got lost in the sauce.
I can't help but remember how she refused to fight for Matrice Richardson or Oscar Grant. Van should really be ashamed lying like this on national TV in front of so many people outside of California who are totally unaware of this woman's previous record. And wasn't Van Jones supposed to be the criminal justice advocate? How was he an advocate propping up a prosecutor with documented prosecutorial targeting of black men? And not just black men, but black women too with those truancy laws. Jeff Bezos gave this bozo $100 million that he was supposed to use on criminal justice efforts, and look what he turned into. He's running interference nonstop, protecting a prosecutor who bragged about using her pen that negatively impacted the lives of many black men in California, the ones he got millions of dollars to advocate for.
I think Republicans would take another hour of Kamala Harris. We'd just press play, let her keep going. We'd pay for another hour to let her keep not answering the questions. I think Anderson's asking her, well, why haven't you done it? You've been there for 4 years. Why have you done any of this? And the word salad answer she gave to that was just mind-boggling. I mean, it's blown up the internet, her answer to that question. I think the things that are troubling for people were her responses to, Van said about what you're going to do to reduce costs when they asked her at the beginning. We're hurting economically. She said, I'm going to prosecute corporations, right? That's not going to lower costs. How are you going to make things better for me? I'm going to prosecute people. Trump bad is not a message that's going to get her elected. Trump bad message. I disagree with you, Alyssa. There, I don't think it's don't think it's going to happen. I don't
You're
think
referring to the fact that she kept bringing up
point
the
about,
Hitler and Atlantic
you have to bring something else. Say, was she for a wall or was she against a wall? I couldn't tell from her answer, right? Anderson kept asking her, well, listen, you laughed at the wall, but now it's in your plan. Are you for it or against it? There was so much mishmash in there. I don't know what was going on. I think it's very generous to say that she showed up, right? I think the key, if she loses here in this race, people are going to look back and her team is going to say, we should have been doing this from the very get-go because reps make you better, right? And the more you do this, the better you get. She's still not at it. We're 13 days out from an election and everyone's hoping she's going to get better. The Wall Street Journal just came out with a poll while this was going on. She's losing altitude rapidly. Rapidly.
If you believe that, Paul.
Van, but okay, when Alyssa, you had the conversation, you and Sonny, and she said she wouldn't do anything differently than Biden. Mm-hmm. Okay, every interview she's done since has asked that very question. It's a very basic one. It got asked again tonight. Mm-hmm. And the answer was, there was still not an answer to it. It didn't really feel.
Well, I think that the answer is she's talking about how she is different. And she talks about her biography in a way that I think does relate. I wish she would say, look, we did this and it didn't work. I would do this again. I'd like those kind of answers better. I'm not sure this is a media environment that wouldn't punish those answers. I think so. But what she does lean into is the things in her biography that are different, not only from Biden, but from Trump and frankly, anybody else. I don't know anybody else who's run for president who had to help their mom in the very intimate ways that she had to.
I don't know what Van's obsession is with this Indian lady and her mama, but listen, sir, we don't care about her mama. Her mama won't pay the bills. No, she won't pay the people's rent, electric, car notes, credit card debt. Nah, Kamala taking care of her mama, how is that gonna put food on the table? I'm talking about for any American. Yeah, how is that gonna put gas in the car? Please tell me that. It's not gonna bring down these crazy high insurance premiums. Like, stop talking to us about this lady's mama, we don't care. And note to her campaign, y'all wasted millions of dollars on these ads on Kamala's mama targeting black women. And I have to tell you, it's very ineffective. Maybe y'all talk more on it, but in short, the reason is we don't see our mama and her mama. Her mama ain't black. I don't know who told y'all to run those ads to black people, but they're dumb. And Van Jones, he's been talking crazy from day one of this campaign, telling black men they better protect this non-black woman, him and Ben Crump.
It's protect her. We have to protect her.
Instead of telling her own husband to protect her, then constantly attempting to romanticize this lady, just like Michael Eric Dyson, with the mention of love letters. I don't know what's up with that. Then Van Jones specifically speaking on this woman's mom to evoke emotions in black people to somehow view her mama as our mama. Like how, Van? Please tell us how we're supposed to see that. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. I want to send a big shout out to everybody supporting the channel. Charles B, Dark Power, Larry, Roland C, and Starlet. If you want to show your support for the channel too, you have to use PayPal for now. The link is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.